Hey guys, welcome everyone. Welcome to the crypto analysis channel by Dragonboot30. All right, as usual, we'll try to see Bitcoin and gold, right? Okay, a little bit late today. All right, so I couldn't inform you all as well, but nothing much to worry, right, guys? Okay, so we'll have a good live sessions. We'll try to analyze the Bitcoin and gold. If we see any good setups, right, then we might like to take this trade as well, right? But nothing much financial advice. Make your own research before you move in, right, guys? Okay, so that you don't blame me later on. All right, I'm not certified financial advisor, right, guys? Okay, you should know that I'm a normal trader. All right. Okay, hope everyone's doing good. Welcome everyone, welcome. Without wasting time, right, we'll try to start with our analysis starting from the Bitcoin, right? Okay. We'll try to start, guys. Welcome everyone. Hi. Hello, how have you been doing, guys? All right. Little bit late today, but nothing much to worry, right? So most probably we'll try to see Bitcoin and gold, right, guys? Welcome, guys. Welcome. Hi. Hello. A little bit late, but nothing much to worry. All right, guys. Okay. So without wasting time, guys, let's try to go. All right, so those who are watching me for the first time, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. All right, guys, so that you guys don't miss my live streaming from Monday to Friday sessions, right, guys? Okay. So basically, what I feel is now, right? So 4 hours time frame. Let's try to have a daily time frame firstly, right, on a Bitcoin, right? Okay. Daily time frame. Let's try to see daily time frame, right, guys? Okay, so it is reacting with this levels of support right now, right? So previously the market had one support in this level on a daily time frame, so market have broken out on upper side. All right, so previously it broke out towards the downside. Now it is reacting as a what to say now, like a resistance right now for a daily time frame. All right, so next resistance, where do we have, right? Next support and resistance, this was the one level, and next we have towards 68,000, and at the top $69,311 we have one ranges, right? So if the market happens to hold above, we'll be expecting the price of the Bitcoin to flow all the way towards the upper side, maybe till the stone 69,300. If it happens to fail these levels, then it will drop all the way towards the downside. Okay, so this is on the daily time frame. This is what we see, right, guys? Okay. Let's try to see on a smaller time frame as well, 4 hours time frame, right, guys? Okay, guys, so nothing much to worry, guys, right? So basically right now the market happens to stay above on upper side, whereby, okay, whereby market has one support in this levels. So this is level, it is trying to come down and try to check this level whether it tries to close below this level or not. So maximum $65,841 can be traced if it happens to drop all the way towards the downside, right? $65,841, right, guys? Okay, on a 4 hours time frame. Okay, guys. So basically what we are observing in this level is, right, guys? Okay, so market try to break out from upper side from this levels, right, on upper side, and we are checking on the retest in this levels one more time, right, guys? This is what we feel, right? Okay, so we will be observing whether the market break down below 65,000 this ranges or not towards the downside, right, guys? Okay. So basically we have one gap whereby the Bitcoin can fly till $68,214 on upper side. This is one side. All right, if it happens to break down towards the downside, close below, so most probably we'll be expecting $66,000 ranges, $65,545 ranges on a downside, right, guys? Okay, so if it happens to come down and close below this levels, break down below this level, that is going to be a bearish move towards the downside, right, on a 4 hours time frame. So what we think, all right, for this levels, right, Bitcoin has a chances of going to this levels, and Bitcoin has chances of coming to this $65,550, right, guys? Okay, so we are observing this levels whether the Bitcoin is going to do go on upper side or fall back to this ranges towards the downside, right, guys? Okay, basically. All right. So let's try to go with the 1 hour time frame. So 1 hour time frame, what we see, guys, all right, we have seen that the market have tried to break down below these levels, right? Breakout on upper side as well, right? Breakout, but the retest got a rejection from these levels and it dropped all the way towards the downside. So one more retest may be expected on the upper side before it moves all the way towards the downside, right guys? Okay, so basically if you forget these levels, right, let me see, let me show you all, right? So what the Bitcoin have done, guys, all right. If you are trying to see these levels, right, market have trying to break out on a downside from these levels towards the downside, right? It retested it. If it happens to break below these levels, Bitcoin can, if it closes below $65,714, you might like to see a big crash on a downside. So for the bearish, right, for the bearish small move towards the downside, you must wait for this levels towards to go towards the downside, right guys? Okay, this is what I feel. All right guys, okay. At the same time, what the Bitcoin have done is on a smaller time frame, maybe on a 15 minutes time frame, it will be good to see that. All right, so it is coming to this level one more time, right? Retesting on upper side, 15 minutes time frame. Okay, so most probably either Bitcoin have to come down and take the liquidation from these levels firstly, or it should get a rejections from these levels and try to jump on upper side, maybe targeting above these levels, right? So maybe on a upper side, maybe for the scalpers, you might like to trade $67,277 on a upper side, right guys? Okay. So this is the level of retest right now. It broke out on upper side, one retest was done and second retest is being tested in this levels for the longs, those who are aggressively waiting for the longs, right? Okay, so those who are waiting for the longs, right? So it must, let's try to go on a 5 minutes time frame, right? Yeah. Okay, for the longs guys, all right, those who are looking for the long, so if it happens to break above this, especially 1 2 3, again one more drop is left on the downside for the scalpers. Okay, if we are looking for the longs, right, hi respect Aruak, respect. Respect, where are you from, bro? I'm from Bhutan, brother. I'm from Bhutan. Okay. So most probably we'll be expecting the price to drop a little bit from this levels, scalping right towards the downside, right? But we are yet to see the perfect entry for the shots, right? Okay. If it happens to come down, it will take out the liquidations to W pattern from this levels and try to jump out towards the downside, right? Okay. For the long ones, right, if you're waiting for the confident one, all right, let the price to jump out above this level. Once it happens to clear towards the downside, then only you will be getting a long ones on upper side, right? If it happens to come above these levels, then only we will expect the price to go back on upper side, right guys? Okay, one long can be expected on upper side once it clears out this levels towards the small retest on the downside. So maybe 1.44 percentage can be traced on upper side. Okay, if it happens to expect on upper side. Okay guys. One level of retest, right? So still I feel some level of small drop can be there. All right, so maybe small liquidations and try to move on upper side. That can be one possibilities for now for the Bitcoins, right? Okay guys, let's, this is on 5 minutes time frame. Okay, gold chart, bro. All right, okay, we'll try to see the gold as well right now. Bitcoin need to drop a little bit towards the downside. Okay, gold as well, we'll try to see at the same time. It's been a long time that we haven't seen on gold as well, right? Okay. Gold, right? Gold, Bitcoin just hold, right? We'll see for the perfect move. Gold, what's happening with the gold, right? Okay, gold. Gold guys, gold, let's try to see on a 1 hour time frame, right? 1 2 3, all right. So small level of retest is left on upper side for the gold as well, right guys? Small level of retest is left on upper side for the gold as well. Okay, this is what we feel. At the same time, on a 1 hour time frame, gold have tried to break down below this level support, right? Okay, this is making a bearish, right? Market have turned out for the bearish. Okay, so most probably it needs to do one more retest from the top, right? Okay. So while going down, you are doing nothing. All right, So if it happens to respect, it might like to come down a little bit, and right, so it might like to go one more time on upper side before it drops all the way towards the downside, right guys, on the gold. Okay. Right now it have already broken down, but this level is not broken down yet. All right, so Bitcoin might like to test this level one more time before it rises up on upper side, right guys, on a gold. Okay, on a 1 hour time frame, guys. All right, so most probably if the gold happens to go down, all right, break down, there will be a bigger retest from the top, right? That time you can might like to retest the gold on upper side 2% and upper side for the gold, right? Okay, with the stop loss in the zone. All right, so while going down you are doing nothing for the gold. While climbing up, you can trace this gold on upper side one more time, right? Okay. One retest is left for the gold on upper side. All right, so you might like to target this levels on upper side for the gold. Okay guys, most probably. All right, so while going down you are doing nothing else, right? So let's try to go on a 15 minutes smaller time frame and try to see, okay, for the scalpers. So most probably right now gold, we can expect the price to drop if you are scalping. All right, one gold shot can be traced from here for the scalpers only. Might like to take only small risks in this levels, right? Okay guys, only small risks and nothing much financial advice now, guys. Make your own research before you move in, right guys? Okay, so most probably small scalping can be traced on a downside with the TPs with 0.65 percentage on a downside on a 15 minutes time frame. All right guys, since it have broken down and it is trying to close below, right, but you need to have very small stop loss in these levels and try to trace these levels. All right, and later on while going on upper side you might like to trace one long positions on upper side. Okay, so this is what we can think on a gold for now. All right, the market have been already towards the bearish, right? From here only you can see there is lots of breakout towards the downside, but the retest was always failing it, right guys? Okay, the retest was failing it. You can expect the gold to drop till this level. All right guys. Okay. So let's try to go. We can expect the gold to fall till this levels, right? From this levels, if it happens to break down, then maybe a small move, maybe this can be traced, right guys, for the gold. All right, maybe if it happens to break down below this levels, this can be traced on the downside. All right, okay, but at last we will be expecting the price to move on upper side. But longs, if the Bitcoin happens to come above this level, then only you can plan one longs and try to trace this 2% on upper side. Okay, so after it is completed, right, while coming up, gold coming up, you can trace one long positions on upper side for the gold, right? Okay guys, this is what I feel for the gold. Okay. So you need to book one TP $4,308, right? Okay guys, so maximum if it happens to come to this levels, right, then above these levels we have to plan a long positions. Why? Because you have already broken out on upper side, guys. Okay, Bitcoin have already broken out on upper side, right? And this is the retest. All right, on the retest phase also it have completed the retest, but it couldn't clear out on upper side. So this is why you're expecting the price to drop a little bit towards the downside. That can be a trying to see check whether it happens to close below this level or not, right? If it happens to close below, it might like to give you a wink. That time you might like to get some profits on the downside, right guys? Okay, with that one I have extended my TPs towards the downside for the gold a little bit. Okay. So most probably you can expect the price to drop a little bit on a gold, right guys? Okay, BT is also dropping a good, right? So third level of retest, right? For the BT as well, you need to wait for the last price to move above this levels only on upper side. If it happens to never come back, then this long positions will be invalid, right? For now, BT needs to come down and liquidate the people who have long in this levels, right? Okay, So those who have, I have given the people for my VIP a long positions from here as well. So this is the level whereby they would have booked 50 to 60% of their profit. 1.96 percentage was given for my VIP, right? Okay, this long position was already given, right? So most probably coming above this level can only be seen for the long positions, right? Okay, otherwise if it happens to again come down and settle below this levels, right guys? Okay, if it happens to come down and break below this levels, right, then we will expect the BT to fall a bit, right, towards the downside. All right, most probably 63,800 ranges can be touched towards the downside, right guys? This is what we feel for now. Okay. So let's observe. One level of retest is left again on upper side, whereby the BT can again move up on a one more time on upper side. All right, we can expect the price to move up, but from where is the questions. Okay, guys. So those who are watching me for the first time, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. All right, guys, so that you guys don't miss my live streaming from Monday to Friday sessions. For now, you need to, for this levels of gold, all right, you need to patiently wait, right? So you need to have stop loss in this zone for the gold, right? What BT is doing over here, all right? Lots of this level is never able to break out, right? BT might like to break below this levels first. Okay, guys, so for the long positions above this level only we can plan, otherwise below this levels we cannot plan it. All right guys, for now. Okay. Excuse me. On a 15 minutes time frame, let's try to check on 1 hour time frame, right guys? Okay, a beautiful drop towards the downside by the BT. Okay, so you're observing whether the market keeps breaking below this levels or not. All right, if it keeps breaking below this level, next time we come down it will be so easy for us to uh, move on a downside. All right guys. Okay. So most probably BT would like to 1 2 3. All right. Okay, so try to break below this levels as well for the BT as well, right? And try to move a little bit on upper side and try to drop. Okay, so this is what we are expecting right now on a BT. All right, a little bit late for the, if you're planning for the shots. All right. Well and good. Lovely guys, BT coming for a good liquidations towards downside. Lovely one. All right. Let's wait a bit. Lovely guys, lovely on a BT crash. I like this crash on a BT towards the downside. Lovely, lovely, soup up, soup up. दिल चुराई मेरी किसने हो सनम. Little bit late today, but nothing much to worry. Okay, guys. Let's try to observe 5 minutes time frame. Gold going good. BT playing around a bit. Let's try to observe these levels. Right. Nice drop. BT nice drop. Above this level, we'll think for the longs. All right. Okay. Otherwise, below side, lower side, we cannot think for the long. Short are a little bit now complicated. If you are planning short from here, well and good, right? Last drop is left. The last drop it have given. One more time, BT. Let's try to observe this level. 2, 3. Okay. Let's try to observe this level well. All right, guys. One long position can be traced. Okay. Small incomplete formation is left in this level. On from here. Wait, guys, wait. Let's try to observe this level. Market tried to break out on upper side. Let's see whether it breaks out or not. Not breaking out yet. Gold stuck. So in fact, if it happens to come back on upper side after completing the liquidations, we'll be expecting the PT to bounce back on upper side one more time on upper side. Okay, guys, one more time we'll be targeting these levels, right? And try to long on upper side. Okay. Let it complete this level first. While going down, you're not longing, guys. All right. While going down, you're not longing. If it happens to come out and breaks out upper side, give us a small price actions. We'll try to long on upper side. Okay. Tracing these levels on upper side. Most probably I will be expecting the PT to break down, keep breaking down below these levels. But guys, all right, if it happens to break down below this level and holds below, then we'll be expecting price to fall till this level, guys. All right. So you must be observing very well in this levels, right? Okay. If it happens to break down below this level and holds below this levels, guys, you will be expecting the price to BG to fall till this level. Okay. But in fact, if it gets a rejection from here and tries to plan on upper side, okay, then we will try to open one long positions on upper side from here and try to move on upper side. That is 2.26 percentage on upper side. Okay, so most probably we'll be trying to do that one. So far so clear for the BT, nothing much confusing, right, guys? Okay, so previously if you happen to check on a 1 hour time frame, right, guys, okay, market have not broken down below this levels. In fact, market have broken down from the upper side, right? So you are observing whether the market is trying to clear below these levels or not, right? Okay, if it clears, then you have a clear downside move, right? If it happens to clear down, right? So these levels right now it have been cleared, right? So we will be observing above these levels on a bull side, right, on upper side, whereby we will be targeting around $67,285 on upper side, right? But in fact, if it happens to come down and close below these levels, we'll be targeting towards below these levels, we'll be targeting towards the shorts, right? So most probably we'll be aiming for the Bitcoin to fall back at least to fill up this FVG, right? So $63,989 on the downside, right, guys? Okay, this is what we are going to do. In fact, if it happens to make a little bit sideways, we'll try to make one more move on upper side. That is a long move, right, above these levels, right, once it happens to come back on upper side. Okay, So that's going to be 2%, 2.24 percentage on upper side, right? So our duty is we will be observing whether the market happens to break down below these levels and holds below this level or not. If it holds below these levels, if it clears these levels, we will be immediately opening one short positions and trying to move on a downside, right, guys? Okay, so let's observe in this levels so carefully, right, guys? You have lots of lots of this is the level whereby Mhm. Okay, this on 1 hour time frame there was a support created, it broke out towards the downside, and this retested it, and it is confirming that retest, right? If it happens to close below, that's a bearish move, right, guys? Okay, there is a bearish move towards the downside for this breakout. All right, it broke out from these levels and trying to close below. All right, so if it happens to keep breaking below these levels while Bitcoin moving on upper side, it might like to trace a little bit on upper side. Next time we will be thinking for the Bitcoin to come down all the way towards the downside again. All right, we'll be expecting the price to fall coming on a coming days, right, guys? Okay. So our observation is whether the market happens to break down below this level and try to close below or not, right? Let's go back to the 15 minutes time frame, and 15 minutes time frame it looks all right. Okay, and 5 minutes time frame, we'll be observing most probably on 5 minutes time frame whether it happens to break down towards the downside or not. All right, for the gold BT, right? Gold right now it's going perfect towards the downside, right? Okay, gold is going perfect, so this will be the maximum target that I can do for the scalpings for now. All right, for the gold BT running good. That's going soup up. Hi guys, welcome everyone, welcome to the crypto analysis channel by Dragon. All right, so we are observing whether the Bitcoin closes below or not. If it happens to close below, then we will be targeting this levels to a $63,989 on a downside. Okay, guys. If it happens to just give a breakout and the retest fails, then immediately we will be opening long positions once it happens to pass above these levels on upper side. Okay, guys. This is what we are going to do. Gold going good. BT, we missed the short positions from here, right? I was expecting price to drop, but while going for the gold, we missed the BT. Nothing much to worry. All right. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Nice liquidations for those people who have long positions in this level, right? Okay, those who have not booked profit in this level, they are gone, right? So at the same time, let's try to keep some level of, let's try to see some level of retest as well. On yesterday's, right? Yesterday's we were planning some shots in this levels, right? Our stop losses was heated for the scalpers, right? I couldn't. So let's observe whether the market happens to settle below or not. All right, on 5 minutes time frame. If it settles below, then we are going to open short positions. Once it clears out, then we are going to target this level. All right. But if it is not able to close, if it gets rejection above this level, we are waiting for the long positions on upper side one more time. दिल चुराई मेरी किसने हो सनम तूने. So most probably gold also expect these levels to be cleared, I guess. Okay, we will wait one positions for this levels once it happens to clear, if it happens to clear down all the way towards downside. And for the gold as well, okay, before you start your long positions on upper side, it's important for you all, right? Well, it is coming down to this levels, right? Well, it's coming down to this levels, whether it happens to break below and get a downside or not. All right, if it gets rejection, then we can open long positions. If it gets through, then it's a continuation towards the downside, right? The level of retest is again left on upper side. Gold will be expecting price to jump out one more time, right? For the BT also, maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, right? We'll be expecting price to jump out on upper side one more time, right? Okay, so our observation is in this levels whether the market happens to close below or not, right? Okay, so maximum right now it have cleared out this support. Hey guys, getting bored? Nothing much to worry. Well, let's wait for this positions. All right, guys. Okay, for the BT, let's wait. Have patience. That can give us long positions or short positions. Let's wait. All right. नींद चुराई मेरी किसने हो सनम तूने. We'll wait for the breakout towards the downside. Okay, guys. On the breakout zone, if it happens to close up, we'll try to open along on from these levels on upper side. Okay, if it happens to get rejection, we'll be waiting for the shots below this levels, right? Wherever it happens to create one low for you all, right, in this level. Okay, guys. And try to trace an upper side one more time. Have patience, wait, guys, wait, have patience, right? Those who are watching me for the first time, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, all right? Have patience, right? We need to have patience for the BT right now, okay? If you have opened the short positions, well, right, well and good. So in this levels, you need to book some profits, right? Once it clears out, gold, small reversal on upper side. Huge dump. All right. Let's see. Okay. If it gets dumped, well and good for you all. Right. If it gives you all on the upper side, well and good. Right. Let's try to observe this level. हे नींद चुराई मेरी किसने हो सनम तूने. तूने. Wait, guys, wait. Mm-hmm. Market broke out towards the downside one more time for the 1 minute time frame. नींद चुराई मेरी किसने हो सनम. Patience, guys. Patience, patience. Wait. Okay. Those who are waiting for the scalping as well, you might like to get one more scalping towards the downside. All right. If it happens to go up and get rejections. तू है तू है नींद चुराई मेरी किसने हो सनम तूने तूने huge dump, huge pump, market giving a small reversal. Okay, for the gold needs BT also needs to drop a little bit towards downside. So your observations will be in this level for the BT, right? Whether it gets through from this level towards the downside or it gets a rejection and try to push on a one more time on upper side. It has a possibilities on a move to move on upper side as well, because like the retest is again left on upper side, one more retest. Okay, we'll try to observe that one. Most probably BT is going to hit this level. Let's try to observe it. नींद चुराई मेरी किसने हो सनम तूने. Let's wait, guys. BT, we need to wait a bit. So guys, those who are watching me for the first time, right? So what I'm trying to do over here is, guys, we have a gap in this level as well, right? Whereby the Bitcoin can fall up to this level as well, right? Okay, at the same time, if it happens to get a small drop over here, if it is not able to close below, right, we'll be opening a long positions and try to trace on upper side. Okay. स्नेह सनम तूने What you think, guys? Big dump, a pump? I think one more drop below this levels for BT, right, guys? Market trying to break out on these levels, right? One long position can be traced on upper side for the scalpers only, guys. Okay, only 0.4% you have on upper side. Okay, let it do one retest in this level. Okay, so it will try to do one retest, small retest, maybe 1 minute time frame. Wait. Wait, guys, just a second. We'll try to open once it happens to move on upper side. Wait, guys, just a second. Wait. Those who are waiting for the long positions. It happens to give you all the last retest. We'll try to test an upper side for the scalpers. Mhm. 65,259. All right. Okay, let's go. Let's try to take risks for the long. All right. Till this level on upper side. Only 0.45% on upper side, right? Okay. Manage your own risks, guys. Nothing much financial advice. Make your own research before you move in, right, guys? Okay. Just 1 second. One more lift is left on upper side. $66,000. Scalping, guys. All right, only small scalping for you all. Hi, guys. All right, viral hub. Welcome, brother. Welcome, brother. Welcome to the crypto analysis channel by Dragon. All right, taking a small risk, make your own research before you move in, right, guys? Okay. So for this chart also, we'll try to analyze some data over here, right? And we'll try to plan go for one long positions from downside. All right, we'll try to analyze some data over there as well. All right, okay. Wait, guys, for this scalping we need to just get one step on upper side, okay, then we shall get in. Jurai maybe. Why is not able to close on upper side? One small close is given. Broke out. Let's see, guys. Long entry, right, guys? Okay. Let's see whether it respects us or not. For the scalpers only, guys. Okay. No pump up yet. Let's see. Maybe a small breakout, right, on upper side is provided. Okay. Or that can be a third level of drop, right? If it drops directly down, we'll get out of from this levels directly. Okay. If it drops, we'll try to get out from here. All right. So it will target this level if it drops directly. If it drops directly, this level of short will be invalid, guys. Okay. So meanwhile, we are waiting for 1.169 percentage of drop on a downside for the BT. Okay. So let's see whether it gives a small pump on upper side or not. Small reversal we are expecting. Okay. Let's see whether the BT gives or not. If it drops directly, then this is going to be invalid. All right. If it pumps till over here, we are going to take one shots from here to till over here, 1% drop towards downside. While waiting, I thought that will go together with the market, taking a small scalp on the upper side. Okay. And from this level, if it happens to breaks down and try to come up on upper side, we'll try to go for the upper side a bit. Okay. If it's not giving, then it's okay. Direct dropping. BT, 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 BT. Short class level. BT, 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 BT. If it drops directly, try to come to this level. Bashing out. Got a rejection 1, 2, 3, 4 times, bros. If it breaks, it should be giving you long. And the resistance retest phase. taking us out, guys. What happened to BT? Huge rejection, one, two, three, four times, guys. Rejected for four times. Crazy BT. Pump time to 66, maybe 66K. Yeah, I may be aiming for that one for a while. I'm aiming that one before we go to 65,257. Hopefully, right? Hopefully, guys. Hopefully. Yeah. Hopefully. It should be actually. I don't know. Nothing much financial advice, guys. Make your own research. Why is it not opening? Rejection one more time. Why I can't? Again, getting rejected, guys. One, two, three. It is making a sideways in this level. Aiming $65,560. Small scalping. Thought we'll take small scalping. Luca, hi. Luca. Thinking for one's risky scalping these levels. A small reversal. Pull back on upper side. Hopefully we get through, right? It's getting repeated rejection right now. Lovely. It may be succeed before going down again. Let's. Yeah, I'm also hoping for that one. Small pump given, guys. All right, 0.15% press given pullback. This level, this level. Hope it won't give reversal from here. Getting reversed. Excuse me. Hope it won't get rejected from here only. It's touching the third level of borders. We'll try to look for the shots from here if it gives up. All right. If it doesn't gives any chance for us, all right, we'll try to trace this level on upper side. If it gives a short position from here, we'll try to short and try to come towards downside. Let's see, guys. Okay, if we get any position short from here, we'll try to short. Okay. Now minimize the risks, right? Minimize the risks as much as possible for these levels, right? And let it flow. Minimize the risks as much as possible, guys, right? Small scalping for you all, guys. All right, on the BT. While going up, you cannot do anything, guys. All right. If it happens to get rejections, right, then only we can do something else in this level. All right. If it happens to get rejection. Broke down, got a rejections, and pushed the market towards the upper side. Patience, guys, patience. All right, let's see what will happen in this level. So 6.1, let's go. Getting upper and upper. Right. We see one right in this level one. This is the average point. Means most probably I can expect BT to go to 66.197. All right. Let's see, but let's see. If it happens to get rejection from the top, I'll be waiting in this levels to short it, right? Try to come into this place, okay? Most probably it won't get any level of rejections from here only. Third level of rejections. Small scalping only, guys, for now. Excuse me. Daza, Tintin, come. Not sure, Nana. Naomi Demite. 1 minute scalping. Try to have only small stop loss, guys. All right. Try to minimize the risks because market is aggressive towards downside on a smaller time frame. Coming down, guys, to the entry. Coming down to the entry. Could give only small move, 0.25 percentage. That bad. While coming down, it shouldn't close below this level or this level, otherwise it will get again bearish. Manzila, Manzila, Manzila. This is the retest, okay, guys. All right. Previously, this was the support that we have, right? Okay. So market, we make sure that it is not clearing below these levels, right? Okay. Most probably, if we consider the wings, right? This is the level whereby it shouldn't close below these levels, right? Okay. For the upper side, which means that market is retesting these levels on upper side. Okay, this breakout from the small wing and those things, right? So retesting, it should respect this one and cross above these levels, then we will see this move, all right, on upper side, this TP. And if it happens to further move on upper side, well and good. If it gets rejection from here and try to come down, we'll try to do the one shots and try to come down at this levels, all right? Okay, for the scalpers. But in fact, if it happens to keep rising from here on upper side, we hold for that one. All right, let's see whether this retest gets cleared out or not. Manzila, Manzila, Manzila. So our duty is, if it happens to move to till this levels, right? Okay, if it holds above, then this will come. If it gets a rejection from here, then swap you all the way towards this zone. Okay. Let's see whether we will be able to pass through from here or not. Firstly, right below this level is the closing point. Excuse me. 2 weeks. If it falls below this level, directly short. This is the retest. All right, guys. Okay, let's see how far it can run off. Coming back, it's difficult to make money dollars, guys. It's difficult to make dollars. This is the retest that we are expecting of this breakout. All right. Most probably this is testing this level or this level. Okay. Have patience, okay, guys. Let's see. It should be moving up, but if the market happens to change its behavior, then it might like to give down as well. We never knows, right? It broke above, just becomes invalid. It broke down the support, right? and it got a repeated rejection, but it couldn't close down and couldn't make bearish for now. All right, the market went for the upper side right now, but market have kept breaking down below this level. Okay, it is getting a repeated rejection again. 1 minute. If it gets a rejection and closes below this level, I'm going to open a shots. All right, got a rejection on the top, got a rejection on bottom right now. Got a huge rejection, guys. If it drops down, one shot can be traced from here till this level. Okay, if it gets a rejection and drops below this level, 0.57. But for now, market have got a rejection from the downside. Okay, and went for the bigger retest from the top, which means what I mean to say is, guys, all right, so let's consider this one only. This is support. Market tried to break down, and while it is trying to confirm the retest, it got a rejection, okay, on the downside and went up, okay, trying to retest on the upper side, okay, on the 15 minutes and 5 minutes. All right, so if it happens to clarify, all right, for maybe hour or maybe more than half an hour, we'll expect the price on upper side, okay, on 5 minutes. If it gets rejection from here and drops below this level, I'm going to open a short and trying to plan this levels, $65,265. All right, if this 5 minutes time frame couldn't pass through on upper side, couldn't, okay, 5 minutes couldn't close on upper side, okay, that was on 1 minute, 1 minute scalping. Lovely, guys. Zero 0.34 percentage done, guys, for the scalpers. Our duty is to see whether the market happens to break above this level and hold above this level or not. Right, that's all. If it couldn't hold, then we'll expect one more time towards the downside. Okay, Daza? So stop loss at entry 65,734. Okay. If it happens to return back, we lose nothing, right, guys? Always, guys. Mohammed, who is Mohammed? Mohammed, hi, hi, bro. Luca, voila. All right. So first thing is always to minimize your risks as much as possible, right, guys? Okay. If it happens to break above this level, maybe we can trust till this level as well. 0.2% extra on the upper side. Daza, sure, Nana. Hey, Aiden, how are you doing, Aiden? Aiden, welcome, bro. Welcome, welcome. All right. We have been just scalping one move, all right, on upper side, on a BT. Small move, we have been tracing it on upper side. Could give only small move for now. Only 0.40 percentage given. For hours time frame bearish, but a rejection from here. Do you think it's a bad sign for going higher, possibly contributing down this week? What's your thoughts on the move today? uh no, I still think Bitcoin can move one step further on upper side. Okay, for now, tomorrow it will try to uh for the downside. I think only tomorrow it is possible to come down, but most probably I'm thinking for the tomorrow till before lunch or before midnight. I think the Bitcoin should be still laying around on upper side only. All right, this is what I feel for now. All right, so if the market happens to come down and keep closing below, right? So market will have a one retest on upper side, whereby my market needs to move up one more time to fill up that gap, right? Retest, right? The retest that we are expecting, I think it's not yet over, right? Okay. So yesterday also I was telling you market have left one space on upper side space whereby Bitcoin can pump up one more time, one more time, one more time. So while planning on a short, also we were so like we having a lot of fear, right? Anytime the Bitcoin can jump out on upper side, right? Okay. So that was the feeling that I was having, right? Because well, the setup was there for the downside, but it left the gap on upper side. All right, guys. Okay. So before it moves down, I think the Bitcoin should be going around $69,000 maybe, right? So totally moving on a downside, right? So this is what I feel for now. May be true or may not be true, huh, guys. Okay, make your own research. Okay, this is what I feel. I think Bitcoin needs to give a retest whereby the Bitcoin might like to go one more time on upper side, right? So one retest is left on upper side whereby market have crashed down directly towards the downside. So maybe around 69,300 to $400. I think it should be moving on upper side. Okay. But most probably only on the Wednesday midnight we might like to see a big crash on the downside. This is what I'm expecting because like market have already given you all the setup for the downside. All right, lots of setup spending for the short side. All right, so in this level as well we have lots of pending shots on the downside, right? $66,496 market tried to break down towards the downside, right? Okay, so this is retesting it, right? Just close below, right? And I'm expecting the price to move on upper side. Maybe true or not, right? Okay. So today, right, even if it doesn't move up from here directly, right? If it happens to close below, it might like to go till certain level again, try to retest this level, right? Maybe dropping till this level, right? Small drop, and again trying to jump out on upper side. This is what I'm feeling it right now. All right, if it happens to drop, right, and one more time on upper side before it drops all the way towards the downside. Okay, even if it is not all the way towards $69,000, right? At least I must expect the price to climb up till $68,000, $68,500 on upper side, right, guys? Okay, this is what I'm expecting before it drops down. Jai Shri Krishna. Hey, luckily, hi, brother. How are you? How are you? Okay, so this is what I feel for the uh, Bitcoin is giving a setup for the shots, but I don't think it can give directly crash towards the downside today. All right, so most probably if it is tomorrow midnight, after midnight, we might like to see crash towards the downside. Okay, so in fact, I'm expecting a price to move a little bit on upper side. Even if it plays around in these levels, right, it might like to, it may not be directly up on upper side, it may play around, right? It might like to drop, okay, here and there. Scalpers is risky. Sometimes it gets profit, sometimes it may not work, right? So market keeps changing its behavior time and again, right? Okay, but for the for the downside move, right? So it might like to give a small drop down. So maximum till this 64 or 65,300 ranges, and might like to jump out one more time. Then only a bigger crash, I think I'll be expecting towards the downside, whereby a big target I'll be setting towards the downside. Right. This is what I feel for now. All right. but it might like to change with the market's behavior. We never know that, right? Okay, guys. Let's see whether it is. So it got a repeated on upper side as well. It is getting a repeated rejections, right? So market tried to break down below the support on the downside, right? And the retest was failed, right? Retest got failed, right? And the market went up and broke out on upper side, and market is retesting on upper side right now. All right. So this is again feeling it, right? So market tried to feel this levels of retest one more time, right? So in this level, it might be playing around a bit. Okay, so market again tried to come down and removed my stop losses, right? Okay, for the scalpers. The market is not able to, on a 1 minute time frame, it passed up, right? It passed up and again try to get a rejections on a 5 minute time frame. It shows that market is getting rejection and try to push towards the downside and remove my stop loss. All right, okay, 0.05 percentage. So that was a move of one scalping move of 0.39 percentage, right? So market is again getting a rejection from the downside. So most probably for now, at least I'm expecting the market to move till this levels on upper side, at least till this levels on upper side, but it may be true or may not be true, right? So if the market happens to come down and close below this levels, that is retest getting passed, then we'll be directly expecting the price to move towards the from here. If it happens to close below this levels, we'll be expecting price to move to this levels, right? Okay, so let's see anyways. All right, if it happens to come down and close, come down till this levels, right? For now it have given only this much move, right? If it happens to close below this level, I will be expecting price to move at least till $65,244 on the downside. This is what I'm feeling. I love watching your live stream. Thank you, Sandy Boys. I brought, all right, 65,750. All right. It would be interesting if the Bitcoin does crash today, currently in distant phases. It might be, it might drop as well, but it have not filled all the structure it needs to be done by Bitcoin tonight, right? So most probably what I'm feeling is, guys, all right, so Bitcoin is in this phase right now whereby if you happen to check on 1 hour time frame, right? 1 hour time frame, you see there is a market trying to break down below this levels, right? Market broke down from this levels towards the downside, right? And it did a small retest, got a rejection from the top and tried to crash towards the downside, right? Okay, so maximum levels today, what I'm feeling is market might like to come down. It have already came down to this levels, right? Okay, so now market is, our duty is to see whether the market is trying to, if you are pushing from here, planning a shots from here, your duty is to see whether the market is getting a rejection from these levels and trying to push towards the downside or not. All right, so what I mean to say is it have closed down, broken down. It shouldn't pass on upper side, right? From certain level it should get break down and close below this level. Then you might like to think a little bit towards the downside, right? But the gap is there, right? You see the gap is there, but I'm not totally thinking for the shots right now. All right, it might give it, but once it happens to clear out, then only I'll start thinking for a big crash on the downside. I did. All right. At the same time, what I feel is market needs to go back from where, I don't know. Okay, market needs to go back and fill up these levels one more time. All right. Okay, so maybe trying to, so for the those who are looking for aggressively for the shots, if it happens to come down and break down below this levels, right? And if it happens to go for the retest next time, it will be so easier for the Bitcoin to come down and close below this levels and try to go for the big down move, right? All the way to a 60,000 or whatever it is, right? Okay, so most probably this can be one expected levels, right? Okay, guys, so meanwhile, we have been just taking a small scalping that gave us only 0.34 percentage. All right, only one scalping was taken, right? So at the same time, I'm expecting the price to go back one more time, try to retest, try to close above this levels, right? Try to go up and try to cross this levels on upper side and gets a rejection from this levels, right? So again, trying to trap the longs and trying to push towards the downside will be a big crash on a Bitcoin one more time towards the downside. This is what I feel. All right. Okay. So in this level, why I'm not confident is because of one level of retest that is being not done. All right. I didn't. So I always wait for the bigger retest, right? If I have to plan for the bigger moves. Okay. For the smaller move, I cannot. Uh, for the smaller move, I don't have to wait for the retest, but for the bigger moves, right? I have to I have to wait for the retest, right? So retest, I'm expecting the retest, right? Okay. So in this levels, it might like to go up, try to try to check this level one more time in this levels, right? Or trying to move till this levels and get rejection, or if it happens to hold above, that's going to be a big move on upper side, right, guys? Okay. So at least till this level or try to move in this level. Okay, so this is one level whereby I can see for the retest one more time, right? Okay, so it have exactly came for the trend retest, all right, towards this level, right? So one level of retest is left in the gap on the downside. So I am aggressively not planning on our upper side also. All right. So in our upper side, I know that the price needs to move on upper side till this level is right. Okay. But again, one level of retest is left in this level whereby the market might like to drop down from the certain level to this levels and trying to push up one more time. So, and while on Wednesday, we'll be expecting the price to crash on a downside. So this is what I'm expecting for now. All right. So most probably it will be. So this is we're expecting just came down and it is again moving on the upper side. Right. So most probably it would like to move in this levels one more time. Right. Okay. And if it happens to break through, well and good. If it is not breaking through, that's fine. Right. Most probably one short position can be traced from here, one risky shot, whereby I will be expecting before it moves on upper side, I'll be expecting the price to give us a crash towards the downside, right? Okay, so maybe in this levels or a little bit on a downside, right? Okay, I'll be expecting one rejection from this levels and try to move towards the this 2% down, right? And later on trying to move towards the upper side, right? Something like this. Bigger retest, waiting for the bigger retest from the top and trying to crash all the way towards the downside. That would be a beautiful move. This is what I'm expecting. Drop around 64k, then to 64k, 70k. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting. So I cannot say that can be this high can be 68k or this low drop can be 65k. It differs. Why? Because if it happens to take a lot of time, right, my level of retest will be going so low, guys. All right, so low, which means my long positions will be shifting towards the lots, towards the low, something like this. So it will depend on how much time it is going to take in this levels, right? Okay, so this high will also depend on how much it is going to take levels over here, right? While going on upper side, we just need to touch this level and come back. That's all right. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting randomly in this levels right now. All right. Okay, so what we were doing, guys? All right, so okay, and we were planning one long in this levels, right? Okay, so it came back to hit our entry, right? Just entry and just went up on upper side, right? Okay, so most probably I'll be expecting one shorter move, right, from this level. So let's see. So our confusion is, right, so whether the uh So it will depend. Okay, guys, so this move over here is so important, guys. So we need to observe whether the market gets rejection from here and drops all the way towards downside or not. All right, it has a possibilities to move directly and upper side and retest this level and crash all the way towards direct towards the downside as well. So two ways there is. All right, from here, whether the market jumps out on upper side directly or market tries to come down to this level. So if it happens to jumps out directly on upper side, so crash towards the downside, I won't be expecting that much lower, right, guys? Okay, but in fact, if it happens to get a rejection from here and try to drop over here and goes over there and try to crash, I'll be expecting a bigger drop on a downside. All right, this is how I try to understand the market. Okay, so this will depend on this levels, right? Whether the market is directly passing an upper side or getting a rejection from here and trying to come to this levels, right? So this is the midpoint whereby the market can still throw the price on upper side for the retest, taking out those who are shorts in this levels, right? Okay, but what I'm checking right now, what I'm thinking is, all right, one possibility is if it happens to get rejection from here, we can get it towards the downside, right? Okay, and move later on upper side, right? So this is what I'm thinking. All right, it depends on, guys, it depends. Okay, so according to the market structure where it is moving, it depends. If it is not able to pass through from here only, get directly drop, then directly move on upper side, right? Okay, so it depends how it is going to uh, where will be your target, where will be your stop loss, where will be your entry, right? Depends on how much time it takes while going around, right? Okay, while market making a candles, right? Okay, how much it's taking time, right? More the time it takes, higher the drop or higher the pump will be, right? Okay, so from here possibility is that it has a chance of going all the way to $67,000 as well. All right, or it has a chances of getting a towards downside as well, right? Okay, if it happens to directly pass on upper side, might drop. I won't be expecting much towards the downside, right? It will be lower only. All right, but in fact, if it happens to directly get rejection from here and tries to come over here and try to move forward, it takes lots of time, right? So meanwhile, I'll be expecting a bigger drop crash on a downside once it happens to pass through on upper side. Okay, this is what I feel for now. All right, guys, so far so clear, guys. Hope that was understandable for you all. All right, I'm not trying to confuse you all. You make sure that you're not confused, guys. All right, okay. I become a little bit late today, but in fact nothing much to worry, right? So you observe whether the market is trying to, all right, it might like to test one more time before it moves up or down. So market, this is the support, right? So it just broke out from the support, and your duty is to see whether the market is trying to close below these levels or not. If it happens to close below these levels, you can get directly a move towards downside as well, right? It depends, right? With the market moves, everything changes. So today one target means tomorrow it may not remain the same target if the market behaviors change, right? Okay, so you have to get updated with the time and the market moves, right? Okay, this is how you move in. All right, how you manage your trades. Okay, guys. It has a possibilities that market, if it happens to get rejection from here repeatedly and if it happens to close below this level, you might like to get directly drop towards downside as well. That's also possible, right? Okay, but before it move crashes all the way towards downside, I wish I wish to see $68,000 on upper side, right? Or a little bit more than that one on the upper side and try to crash towards the downside, right? Okay, so one level of retest is again left, right? Again, market might like to retest this level one more time. What I'm expecting is just cross over these levels and try to crash and trying to come to this levels, right? At least below this levels, maybe small level on a downside, and trying to move on upper side will be a beautiful moves, right, guys? Okay. And most probably by then the retest will be also completed, right guys? So retest from the top will be also completed, right? All right. So and most probably coming down to this is my plan, guys. All right, it may change with the market behavior. If it just directly move on upper side, it may change. All right, it cannot remain all the time same, right guys? Okay. So whatever you do, right guys, try to manage your risks well. All right, so nothing much to worry, just manage your risks well. All right. Okay, so in this level, let's see whether we get short or not. All right, so I'll be most probably expecting one more move towards the downside, right? Okay, one more move, it might like to come to this level. And what I'll be doing is I'm waiting for one long from here. All right, if it happens to respect my to go for the last retest that I have on upper side, I'll be expecting almost a big move on upper side, taking out shots. So before that one, market might like to create what short moves, right? So everyone will start planning the shots from the top. That time it might like to go up and try to take out all the shots and try to come down. So this is what I'm hoping for now. All right, guys. Okay. So market is moving slow. All right, this time. For the scalpers, it becomes very hodgepodge. We cannot predict a big moves, right? For the 1 minute time frame, it always gets complicated, right guys? Okay, so we may not get like expected move as well, right? Sometimes it try to bash you around, all right, small moves. But for the long term, I think it should be working like this for me, right? So from these levels, most probably I'll try to plan for the big shots on the downside, whatever it is, wherever it is, right? Okay, so the more time it takes on going an upper side, high the lower it can pump, right, till this levels, right? Okay, and the lower it can drop. Okay, and more time it takes in this level, the higher the Bitcoin can move on upper side, right? Okay, so this is what I'm feeling for now. All right, I'll keep this screenshots, right? Tomorrow we'll try to come back and see where we are reaching, right guys? So if you try to watch daily, then only you will be able to catch what I mean to say. All right, otherwise today you will think one level it might like to go this way, and then tomorrow market structure shifts a little bit on the upper side or downside, you won't be able to make any changes, right? Still you're thinking that it should be going on upper side, that doesn't works, right? Okay. So it might change with the structural moves. All right, if it happens to give directly towards the breakdown, it will change a little bit. All right. Okay, so overall it might like to be that way, right? The way you think, but again it's going to change a little bit, and that's how it does, right guys? Okay, so this is what I mean to say. The structure changes and the plans also get changes frequently, right? The one move you're expecting, if you're rigid on a bigger time frame, you might like to see, all right, but a smaller time frame you cannot be rigid on one side, right? So this way, whatever it is, right? Okay, so now if you are checking on a bigger time frame, so just waiting for one long position, you will be observing whether rest you'll forget it, you'll be observing only for the long position, you'll start long position from here and try to go on upper side, take the profits and come down from there towards this level and take the profits, just swing trades, right? Okay. For the scalping it keeps changing, whatever it is, like small time frame day traders, right? It keeps changing it. All right, so for now I'm expecting the price to move a little bit on upper side, right? And I'll be observing whether the market is getting a rejection from the sudden level or trying to move on upper side and break through, right? It has a chances of directly going on upper side and breaking over this levels and trying to crash towards downside as well, right? We never knows, right? Okay, So just be careful. That's all for today, right, guys? Okay, we are just trying to discuss one scalping for you all, right, on upper side, whereby market got a repeated rejection from the top, right? So if the market is not able to push on upper side from here, right, so you can plan one short positions below these levels as well, right? When it happens to pass below, right, you might like to plan one short positions. If it is not able to push on upper side, means market is crashing towards the downside, right? Okay, guys. So which means you might like to expect directly towards the downside as well. Okay, if it's getting a repeated rejection from this level, you see, right, if it is not able to pass through and try to come down and close below this levels, you will get one short positions. Or what it can market can do is just trying to close below these levels and fake out the shots and try to move on upper side as well. All right, so it depends, guys. All right, so it's all about risk management, your money. If you're making profits, how much you're making profits. If you're making losses, how much you're making losses. That's all right, it can change. All right, it can change whatever it is. All right, we cannot be rigid that market we need to, it needs to go over there anyways. We cannot be something like this. Market, it depends on it is getting back through from here or not, right? Okay, so this is also possible. All right. Okay, we cannot be sticking with the one point. It's all about risk management, how much you make profits when you're making profits, and when how much losses you're making when you make losses, right? Okay, it is possible, right? Why not that directly dropping to these levels as well, right? And from here I'm waiting for the long positions, right? If it happens to drop directly towards the this levels, I'll be waiting for the one levels whereby I'll study it, right? Whether it is getting breakthrough on a downside, the retest get passed or not. If it's not getting passed, then I'll start longing it and try to move on upper side. That's all. Yeah, guys. Okay, so we have discussed a little bit on Bitcoin today, but nothing much. All right, one scalping. We tried to do it from this level. Small move was given, not very as expected, right? All right, whereby we are planning, we planned one short, long positions from here, right? Whereby small move was given, but it is not very good moves, right? You see, the moves are very dirty, right? Okay. So in fact, if it happens to move, you can expect at least till this level, maybe, right, trying to take out the shots that we have in this levels as well, right? That's also possible, right? Okay, so you have to manage it well, right? Manage your risks well, right? Okay. So most probably for the short term, before I go, let me tell you something else, right? Market, you're observing whether the market is trying to get rejection from this level or not, right? Okay. Market, if it happens to come down and close below these levels, right, you'll get a bigger moves on a downside directly towards a little bit towards downside, right? Okay, so you might be expecting the price to move till $64,943, right? And if it's not able to pass through again, it if it gets upper side, you might think of moving on upper side as well, maybe 6 7,000 on upper side. That's also possible, right? Okay, so just observe it whether the market is trying to break through on a bigger, smaller time frame. The 1 minute time frame, it is trying, it have already given breakthrough on upper side, and it have given a small move for you as well. For the 5 minutes, market try to break down towards downside, and it is not able to close below, right? Okay, so we make sure that market should be able to pass on upper side for the it got a good rejection from here, and it should be able to close above this level. All right. Okay. In this level, it is going to play a little bit. All right, so just be careful. All right, whenever you're planning a longs as well as shorts. All right. Okay, guys, so try to understand the market, what it's doing. If it is like, if you are able to understand, I think it will be easier for you all to make dollars as well, right, guys? Okay. It's easier for you all to make dollars, right? So this is for a long terms, this is what you can do it, right? Those who are not interested for the scalpings, if you guys are doing it right, it should be very quick and quick profits, right? That should be a quick profits for you all and quick entry for you all, right? Scalpings become so dangerous, right? But only when there is a breakout and the retest gets passed, you get a big boom on upper side, right? Something like this. All right. So scalping, if you are taking the scalping, it will be interesting once, for example, right? For example, just example, okay? Market happens to get a good rejection from this level, right? Good rejection from these levels where the market is moving towards the downside, right? For the 15 minutes time frame, it is moving towards downside. It will be so nice to take scalping from here, boom, on a downside once it gives you the breakthrough. So this is the pullback whereby scalping gets so dirty, right? Okay, scalping will get so dirty. In fact, if you happen to get directly a breakthrough this levels, scalping this level will be very interesting, guys. All right, it will be very quick, boom, 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 boom towards downside. All right, so you should know where should you scalp. All right, if you are scalping. All right, for long holding, it doesn't matter, right? From for those who are swing traders, right? Day traders, intraday traders, right? From here, moving slowly towards upper side, from here, moving towards downside, it doesn't matter as much. For the scalpers, you're taking only the quick moves, bigger candles, right? So you should be in a situations whereby you will be able to get a big moves, right? Okay. In fact, if it happens to get a quick rejection from these levels and you are taking a scalping towards downside, that will be a beautiful for you all, right? Boom on a downside, right? Okay, so this is how you can do it, right, guys? So if you are expecting the scalping from these levels towards the downside, one boom can be expected in these levels, right? Okay, and most probably, so this is how you do it. So in the levels, if you are not in good situations, right? For example, you see whenever there's a fake out or breakouts, right? Boom on upper side, these levels of scalping will be nice, right? In these levels, what we did it, we tried it, right? Hoping for a big pullback, something like this on upper side, but it couldn't do much, right? Okay, rather it have got a repeated rejections, not able to push an upper side, right? Okay, which is very dirty, right? Okay, so scalpers also, those who are scalping it, if you wanted to really go for the shots, right? If it gives you a move from this below, if it breaks through and a bit moves from this below, right? Quick move can be scalped and you get out of and get slip, right? That's all, guys. Okay. So most probably, let's see what the market is going to do it, right, guys? Okay, so it might like to give a small move towards the downside as well. All right, so most probably I'll be expecting one more move on upper side before we crash all the way towards downside. All right, it might be till this levels or a little bit more than that one as well, right? So it will depend with the market structure how it is moving, right? I cannot say 100% this is going should be moving in this direction because it keeps changing the directions and the behaviors and whatever it is, right? Okay, guys, so it depends. All right, this is what I mean to say. So in this levels, you are just observing whether the market is, if you are having less confident, so whatever you are doing it, right? Market try to break down to below this levels, so market if it happens to close below this levels, right? So there can be a chances of getting faked out also. Okay, just be careful, right? So market below this levels, what you will get if it happens to close below, you have already broken down from the support towards the downside, right? If it happens to clear below this levels, you are getting a move directly towards this levels, right? Okay, if it is not able to push an upper side, if it is getting up below this levels, you're directly getting this scalp. So that for the scalpers, this will be a beautiful one, right? So you'll be taking risks, right? But in fact, if it happens to fake you around, it will just give you a small close below this levels and swap you, everyone. All right, swap you and go for the bigger retest from the top, right? That's also possible. Okay, so just try to be careful, right? I don't know whether the market will trap you around in this levels or market will try to give you a big profits or not. All right, so I cannot directly say it, but in fact we can plan it. All right, so if it happens to move in that way, I can plan this way. If it happens to move that directions, I can plan this way. I'll be waiting for the situations, right? So how the market is going to do it, right? Okay, so it depends. Okay, guys. For now, your observation is just whether you see to see whether the market is coming down on a 15 minutes time frame or whatever it is, right? Coming down and closing below this level or not. If it closes, then that's going to be a short towards downside. If it gives you fake out, so this is how you the breakout traders get trapped. If there's a fake out move, right, it happens to break down below these levels and swap you everyone towards the upper side. That's a big fake out for the shots, right? Okay, so this is also possible. All right, or crash down towards the downside is also possible. All right, guys. Okay, that's all for today. Hope that was helpful for you all to understand market, though we couldn't do much right in these levels, right? So if you are planning, I cannot directly short let you to short in these levels as well. Okay, so it is in the phase of retesting it. All right, so if it fails the retest, then you get swapped it, right? Okay, so understand the market, take the minimum trade as possible. That's fine, right? Even if you make losses, that's fine. Even if you make profits, that's fine, right? Okay, so try to manage that way. Otherwise, if you keep trading it like a crazy, right, 4 to 5 trades, 10 trades in a day, you keep losing it, right? Whatever you make it, you keep losing it, right? So either you wait for the position. So if the my thing will be either wait for the price to go up and try to give you a short positions, or try to wait for the long positions from below, those who are planning for the bigger things, right? For the scalpers, if you wanted to take it, you observe it, right now market tries to go up and break out on upper side. Okay, you observe it whether the market is trying to close below these levels or not, right? Firstly, on 1 minute it is closing below, right? One shots for you all, right? So this can be also risky. Okay, in fact, if why risky, if it happens to get a rejection from the downside, right, it is going to be risky, right? Okay, so in this phase market is not able to decide which side it should be expecting, right? The setup is there, why not, right? So market try to break down from these levels, and this is passing the retest. So small levels, if you're waiting for the confident, if the market goes up and get a rejection from the certain levels, okay, and comes down to this levels, directly short it. Okay, so it can go up to this level or this level as well. Perfect confident if it happens to go up in this levels and try to come down and close below, right? So okay, so good scalping can be taken. So for this right now, if it is not a breakthrough, don't try to scalp much. All right, this is what I can say. All right. So something like this, breakout, boom towards downside, that will be a nice one, right? Okay, that will be a nice one. All right, so something like this. Right now market have tried to break out, so what we are waiting, if you are following the trend, you just go back and close this market closes below this one, short it, try to go boom on a downside, right? Okay, so only those level will be interesting for you all to scalp it, right? In fact, we are trying our best to scalp on upper side as well from this level, right? Okay, so that's all for today, guys. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, we try to see a bigger move as well as a small scalping. If we get a perfect one, we'll take it. Otherwise, no problem, right? Okay, so we'll wait for the bigger opportunities, whatever it is, right? Okay, we'll try to see. All right, guys. Okay, have fun. We'll see you all tomorrow. Signing off, Dragon. All right. So those who are watching me for the first time, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. All right, guys, so that you guys don't miss my live streaming, right? In fact, we try to understand the market. That's all right. Okay, we understand the market. Other rest of the things, it will be easier for you all. You can plan it on your own. Don't totally depend on me, right, guys? Try to learn yourself, okay, and understand the market. Then try to analyze and try to make the setups right. Okay, that's all. Signing off, Dragon.